Past few years, I've been listening to Ryan Holiday talk about Stoicism almost every morning. And back then, I used to think I needed more information to change my life, that I needed more books, more videos, more courses, and it turns out that I just needed the same information repeated enough times until it actually stuck with me. And I think that these repetitions are what eventually led me to where I am today. Not because I learned something new every time, but because I've heard the same thing so many times that it started showing up in my actions over a period of time. So today I'm sharing the 7 Stoic lessons from Ryan Holiday that actually changed how I show up in my life for myself, as a freelancer, as a circus artist, in my relationship, and just how I approach life in general after spending 16 years learning patience the really hard way through concussions, almost breaking my neck, broken ankles, and many tough life crises. And if you've been consuming tons of content but not seeing real change in your life, maybe this video will be helpful for you, or at least show you what's possible when you stop chasing new information and when you actually let something sink in. So let me start with something that goes against everything the internet tells you, or at least I thought was true for a very long time, which is I used to think I needed more information, like I said, more books, more videos, everything. But lately I've been realizing that what I actually need is the same information repeated until it actually changes how I behave. There's this huge gap between knowing something intellectually and actually having it locked in and changing how you live your life. It reminds me of when I was training the circus. My teachers would give me the same correction hundreds of times, and I'd still be thinking, yeah, I know all that. But knowing it and doing it are completely different things. The same thing kept happening with Stoicism. Ryan Holiday would say something like, you control your reactions, not the events that happen in your life, and I'd, nod along as I got it. Then the next day, some client would push back on my rates, and I'd spend 2 hours spiraling in anxiety and some mild anger, completely forgetting that I actually have a choice in how I respond. And I think that's why repetition works. Not because you're learning something new every time, but because you're catching yourself failing at the thing you already know. And slowly, really slowly, the gap between knowing and doing starts to close. And this brings me to the first lesson that's been hitting me differently lately.